MVL, and we are joined by Anish now. And Anish, a draw against MVL on day one. How do you feel about it?
Well, I don't really care about the results so much, especially on day one. But well, in my white games, I'm a little disappointed with how I handled some of the positions. I felt, I saw the right move immediately, but of course, I didn't really make these things work. And finally, I doubted a little too much and played these games badly. I'll try to do better tomorrow. But in terms of result, I think draw is, it's fine. It gives us equal footing tomorrow. And I think it's decided in the second day usually, so I don't really care too much.
All right. Well, of course, I'm not going to have you dwell about any bad things. But that first game, we were looking at it, it looked like you were winning. And then I guess maybe a blunder gave it to MVL.
Well, yeah, I mean, true. At some point, it was clear I'm much, much better. I was not sure if I'm completely winning, but it's obviously that I am definitely better. And some idea occurred to me, which something I would never do, is open my own king. And it was just so ridiculous. But somehow I thought maybe it's the way to go. But it was clearly going against my intuition. And the same thing happened in game 3 as well. I mean, I did something which is something I would never have done, but suddenly it occurred to me and I got carried away. I don't know, just happens sometimes, especially in the rapid game. There's not enough time to calm yourself down and tell yourself, okay, come on, this is not the one.
But it must take some mental strength in like a knockout stage to come back after a loss with the white pieces and win with the black pieces. How happy are you with sort of your performance there?
Yeah, obviously very happy, but it's already not the first time. And the more often you accomplish that, the more confident you become. So, I know by now that if you lose the first, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to come back. And I managed to come back with black already against Magnus, against Teimur, and today as well. So, I think it's possible. And to be fair, it's a little bit easier in some way because the opponents, they start to doubt, like, should they play for draw? They all want to make a draw, but the question is, how openly should you play for draw? And these doubts is what causes them to play badly. I think honestly, my win is as much as my own achievement as is Maxim's very bad play at some point. I mean, he had tremendous compensation for the pawn, and he just played very badly.
Well, finally, Anish, big day tomorrow, hoping to qualify for semi-finals. How are you going to do that?
Yeah, of course. Well, my team starts preparing already. So so I don't know if they hope that I get far in the tournament or not. But I'm looking forward. I really like playing Maxim. He plays, good chess, goes for a fight. And in that sense, I'm going to have fun tomorrow. It's also nice little, we get to know each other a bit better before the candidates again, and it's nice. It's like the more dates you have, better it is in your future life. It works everywhere pretty much.
And Anish, I just want to borrow your kind of superior chess understanding for a moment. I don't know if you can see the board that we're looking at with Jan and Hikaru. How do you evaluate White's winning chances right now?
Yeah, well, you stole it from me. I mean, the only thing I would say is that White is the one playing for a win. But honestly, I'd be kind of really surprised if this is not a draw because, equal pawns. There are some chances. But I'd be surprised. I mean, normally speaking, you're not supposed to win such positions, are you? But I don't know. Who knows? Especially, I don't know what's the times.
Well, Hikaru has a lot of time left. Well, both of them do, actually. But it is a pressured situation. And you would know the best, Anish, in a situation where the winner will be the winner of the first match.
Yeah, well, see, the position is such that the question is, what happens if black just stands as well? So it's not it depends a little bit on what the position is about. Even if you feel the pressure, you are able to move back and forth, right? Anybody is. So in that sense, I'm not sure if the pressure is a problem for Hikaru. And let's suppose he just moves, back and forth with the bishop or with the king. The question is, how is White going to break through? Is he going to try and break through the dark squares, but then the bishop is guarding them? I mean, you need some very sophisticated maneuvers. Though honestly, I'd be surprised. My intuition tells me that these positions have to be very much holdable for black. But things people have lost safer things than that. So we'll see. I mean, definitely not like the wipeout like the previous one of Jan against Hikaru's Berlin. I mean, that was a spectacular game. Wow.
Yeah. Actually, on that note, Anish, how do you suggest we eradicate those Berlin draws, those 15 moves draws we saw?
Well, I'm trying. I'm trying my. I've trying to promote the Nightroof. I'm playing the Nightroof myself. I've brought up the course. I don't know what more I can do really in terms of my own contribution to the chess openings. I am thinking that, because I already read that the organizers, they've changed a little bit the format for this leg to make sure there are less draws. Yeah. I'm really curious what they will come up with now that they've seen the Berlin. They've also seen the Bone Cloud. I'm really curious on what kind of regulations the organizers will come up with, because eventually, it's a little bit like it's not really about the players, because the players, they're being shaped by the regulations. You understand? Especially people like Hikaru, who is and Magnus, who are just so geared towards the result, and they are playing the way the regulations are forcing them to play. I mean, if you tell them that the draw is 0 points and the win is 1 point and the loss is also 0 points, you will see they're all going to play, to the very end. And but okay, that would be a bit weird because draw is an essential part of chess. But yeah, I'm curious, if you want to affect that somehow, and the qualification stage to make it even more exciting, to make sure everybody fights till the end, even those who have already won a few games and are just cruising towards the qualification. Then I'm curious how organizers will try to do that. It's a big challenge. Big challenge.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your thoughts on that, Anish, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Looking forward.
Thanks for joining us. All right, and we're
I promise no Berlins.
Well, okay. Did you hear that, Maxim? No Berlins.
Yeah, I'm aware.
So now you know a little bit about what Anish is bringing to the table, or not bringing to the table tomorrow, then.
Yeah, well, I know Anish likes some sort of banter, and that's fine. He was even discussing my willingness to qualify, but I'm sure after today he's not discussing that anymore.
All right. Well, how do you feel about the first day, drawing the first match against Anish here?
Well, there were some ups and downs. First, I was very happy to come back from a bad position in game one. And then in the second game, I, of course, overestimated my chances and went for a wrong direction where I had a great position. And I guess overall, the score was, quite logical, given how the games went. And I'm hoping to back tomorrow with, maybe a bit more accuracy, and then it will be fine.
So is it sort of special to you to sort of choose your openings and to play against Anish, knowing that it's only a few weeks until you meet in the candidates?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'm just playing chess as it is, and there will be lots of time to do what I need to do for the candidates against Anish and the other players. I'm just taking it step by step.
And so finally, Maxim, you've been in many of these knockout stages now. You've done very well so far. So what is sort of the success factor to do well on day two?
I would say, first of all, a bit of luck, because there were some tournaments where I was extremely fortunate to qualify, especially the first two. And then, these matches, I like the format. I think, in general, I didn't even see why we got the preliminary stage where we could just have a knockout right from the start. But I guess that will be up for discussion after we saw so many draws, especially yesterday. And then I quite like this idea of knockout matches. I celebrate in with the internet online factor, so yeah, I'm quite happy with my play. Of course, it could be improved, but it's nice training games against strong players before the candidates resume.
All right. Well, we're so excited to follow you again tomorrow, Maxim. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining.